Hello, I'm Alistair Charlton, technology reporter for the International Business Times UK, and today I'm going to speak with Russell Hall, who is one of the co-founders of a smartphone app called Hailo. And what Hailo does is it helps you order a taxi in a number of cities throughout the world. We're in London at the moment, and I hailed this taxi just a few minutes ago by using the app. Launched in 2011, Hailo is now used by more than half of London's 25,000 black cabs, and is used by one of the app's 300,000 registered London users every 7 seconds. I wanted to speak to Russell about how Hailo received funding from venture capitalists and how the company managed to spread quickly from London to 7 more cities around the world.
We knew we couldn't go to a bank and have the amount of money because they just wouldn't give us it. And I think obviously with the venture capitalists, they would obviously see a bit more of a gamble, especially if you can sell it well and you put a roadmap. And as I said, when we sit down at board meetings, you know, when you say you're going to go to here, 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 and you know they absolutely adore us. You know, people like Nicholas Enstrom from Skype, you know, got involved, and then you looked at Atomico, you know, Spotify guys. That they all sort of look towards us. They've invested in Spotify and Skype, and they looked at Hailo as the next big, you know, vision. A couple of guys missed the boat, but obviously, you know, latterly they got on board. You know, New Square Ventures behind Twitter. You know, Richard Branson's on board as well, and KDDI back in the Far East. They're on board. So once we got that sort of attraction, then it was a matter of, right, we've got Hailo working in London, let's have a look at Europe, where can we go?
What's interesting about Hailo is you've only been around for a couple of years, but you've already expanded to a number of different countries, various cities in each country. How did that come about? Was that always in the roadmap to say, yes, we're going to go to the US, we're going to go to Spain, we're going to go to Japan, wherever?
Yeah.
Was that there from the start?
Yeah, I mean, there was obviously a roadmap. I mean, to attract the sort of money that we attracted, and we can, you know, there's going to be more funding to come. But to attract the sort of money up to $50 million, you have to have a roadmap. But what you have to do, especially to the investors, you have to hit the targets that you set. And I think the great relationship that you know, especially I've got with our board members is the fact that when we say we're going to go and do a city, we actually deliver.
So I'd like to talk now a little bit about the startup hub that we have in London that the government calls Tech City.
Yep.
About the same age as Hailo.
Yeah.
You know, we had Silicon Roundabout and then it was rebranded. Have you been involved closely with that? So obviously you're not located in the heart of Tech City, but
no.
Do you still get involved on a social level or with any other companies?
Not me personally. I'm sure there's loads of guys in the office that get involved. Mm-hmm. I'll keep out of the tech side of things, but you know, I do go along and I listen to the pitches by different guys. Mm-hmm. But no, it's really exciting. I'm very much for technology, especially in London. I think we've always watched what happens on the other side going back to the other side of the pond, you know, Silicon Valley. I have done a couple of pitches to the entrepreneurs at the Imperial College, and I think it's about time that we started to, you know, produce our own entrepreneurs instead of leaving it up to old boys like myself to come up with an idea. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, and so you've seen how it works here and how it works in the States.
Yeah.
How does that differ, and what could we learn? Obviously, they've had Silicon Valley for much longer than we've had Tech City. They've probably learned a lot. What could we learn from there? Is there a cultural difference?
Yeah, but it's more like giving people the opportunity to expand their ideas. I think there's so many people that come out of Oxford and Cambridge and end up working for a bank, and it's obviously it's the wrong thing to do. So it's a matter of giving people the opportunity to, as I say, express their ideas, and that's what they do excellently in the States. And
so if you were starting again now and you had a new startup in the current economic conditions that we have Tech City, whatever else, what advice would you give? What would you do? What would you change perhaps from what you did with Hailo?
I think you have to study the market, study what's out there. Don't be frightened to have a gamble. Try not to be too secretive. You know, make sure all your ideas are protected. You know, give it 1000%, as you know, and believe in it. What I've always done with Hailo from the very, very beginning is to believe in what we was going to get involved with. Before Hailo came along, I picked Peter Stringfellow up in the cab, he of the nightclubs, and we was trying to grab anybody that had sort of money that may want to invest. And I said to Peter Stringfellow, I said, I've got this idea about a taxi app. And he said, stop. I said, well, I haven't told you about it yet. He said, you're doing something that you know about. And I think that's pretty important as well. If you know the business that you're going into, you know, I think that's pretty important. Do your research. Don't be frightened to talk to people about it, and then, you know, have a little bit of luck.